Let us begin with question 1. The statement says, self-compassion means lowering your standards. The correct answer is false. Self-compassion does not mean becoming careless, lazy, or less responsible. It does not mean saying, "It does not matter what I do." Instead, self-compassion means responding to yourself in a healthier way when things are difficult. You can still aim high, work hard, and want to improve. The difference is that you do not attack yourself when you make a mistake. Many students think being hard on themselves is the best way to stay motivated. But in reality, constant self-criticism often increases stress, reduces confidence, and makes it harder to keep going. Self-compassion supports growth because it helps you recover, learn, and try again. So this first question reminds us of an important idea from the module. Being kind to yourself and having strong standards can exist together. In fact, they often work better together. Now let us move to question 2. Which statement shows self-compassion? The correct answer is C. Mistakes help me learn. This is a self-compassionate statement because it is honest, balanced, and encouraging. It does not pretend that mistakes feel good. It also does not turn one mistake into a negative judgment about your whole identity. Instead, it treats mistakes as part of learning, which is true for every human being. Let us briefly look at the other options. I'm hopeless. Everyone succeeds except me, and I'll never improve are all examples of harsh self-talk. These statements are extreme and unhelpful. They make a difficult moment feel even heavier. They also reduce motivation because they suggest that growth is impossible. A self-compassionate inner voice sounds more like a wise coach than a cruel critic. It says, "This is hard, but I can learn." That is the attitude we want to strengthen. This question connects directly to the previous one. Self-compassion is not lowering standards. It is changing the way you speak to yourself while still moving forward. Question 3 asks, why is gratitude helpful? The correct answer is B. Gratitude helps the brain notice positive experiences while still acknowledging challenges. This is very important. Gratitude is not about pretending that everything is perfect. It does not remove problems, and it does not magically make schoolwork easy. Instead, gratitude trains attention. It helps your mind notice what is going well, what is meaningful, and what supports you, even during stressful times. Our brains often focus strongly on problems. This can be useful for survival, but it can also make us overlook good moments, progress, and support from others. Gratitude helps create more balance. It reminds you that challenges are real, but they are not the whole story. This question builds on self-compassion. First, you learn to speak to yourself with more kindness. Then, gratitude helps you notice more of the good that is already present in your life. Together, these practices strengthen a healthier inner voice and a steadier mindset. Question 4 asks, what are the 3 parts of self-compassion? The 3 parts are self-kindness, common humanity, and mindfulness. First, self-kindness means speaking to yourself with care instead of harsh judgment. When something goes wrong, self-kindness sounds like, "This is difficult, but I can support myself through it." Second, common humanity means remembering that struggle is part of being human. You are not the only one who feels stressed, embarrassed, disappointed, or uncertain. Everyone makes mistakes and faces challenges. This helps reduce the feeling of isolation. Third, mindfulness means noticing what you are feeling in a clear and balanced way. It means not ignoring pain, but also not getting overwhelmed by it. Mindfulness helps you say, "I am having a hard moment," without exaggerating it or pretending it is not there. These 3 parts work together. Mindfulness helps you notice the pain. Common humanity reminds you that you are not alone. Self-kindness helps you respond in a supportive way. This is the foundation of a healthy inner voice, and it prepares us for the next question, where we move from inner kindness to outward kindness. Question 5 asks, describe one act of kindness you plan to do this week. This is a reflection question, so there is not one single correct answer. The purpose is to help you turn learning into action. Kindness becomes powerful when it is practiced, not just discussed. Your act of kindness can be small and simple. For example, you might thank a teacher, help a classmate, encourage a friend, spend time listening to someone at home, or even show kindness to yourself by taking a healthy break instead of using negative self-talk. Notice how this question connects with the whole module. We began by understanding self-compassion and healthier self-talk. Then we explored gratitude. Now we extend that same positive energy into our actions toward others. Kindness strengthens connection, improves emotional well-being, and often creates a ripple effect. One small act can influence more people than you realize. As we now move beyond the quiz questions, the next slides introduce resources that will help you practice these ideas in daily life. This slide introduces the downloadable resources, beginning with the student workbook. The workbook is designed to help you review and apply everything from this module in a structured way. It includes lesson summaries, so you can revisit the main ideas clearly and quickly. It also includes self-compassion exercises, which will help you practice responding to yourself with more understanding during difficult moments. In addition, the workbook contains gratitude journal pages and reflection activities. These are especially useful because mindfulness and emotional growth happen through repeated practice. Reading about a skill is helpful, but writing, reflecting, and noticing patterns in your own life make the learning more real. This slide follows naturally after the reflection questions. You have already tested your understanding. Now you are being given tools to continue the practice on your own. The workbook supports that next step. Next, we have the guided audio collection. These guided meditations are practical tools that help you experience the module, not just understand it intellectually. The collection includes a 15-minute loving-kindness meditation, a 10-minute self-compassion meditation, a 10-minute gratitude meditation, a 5-minute morning confidence meditation, and an 8-minute evening reflection meditation. Each audio serves a different purpose. Loving-kindness meditation helps build care, empathy, and connection. Self-compassion meditation supports a kinder inner voice during struggle. Gratitude meditation trains attention toward positive experiences. The morning confidence meditation can help you begin the day with steadiness and intention. The evening reflection meditation helps you slow down and process the day in a calm way. This resource builds directly on the workbook. The workbook helps you reflect through writing, while the guided audios help you practice through attention, breathing, and awareness. Together, they support both understanding and experience. This slide focuses on the gratitude journal. The daily pages include 4 prompts: 3 good things, why they happened, how they made you feel, and 1 thing you learned today. These prompts are simple, but they are very effective. Writing down 3 good things helps train your attention to notice positive moments. Asking why they happened helps you reflect more deeply, instead of just listing events quickly. Describing how they made you feel strengthens emotional awareness. Finally, writing 1 thing you learned today helps connect gratitude with growth. This is important because gratitude is not about collecting perfect moments. It is about becoming more aware of what is meaningful, supportive, and instructive in your life. Even on difficult days, there may still be something small that matters. This slide continues the movement from awareness into habit. The guided audios support your inner state, and the journal helps make gratitude part of your daily routine. Now we come to the self-talk tracker. This tool helps students record 4 steps: the situation, the automatic thought, the compassionate response, and the new action. This is a very practical method for building a healthier inner voice. First, you identify the situation. For example, maybe you did poorly on a quiz or felt left out in a group. Second, you notice the automatic thought. This might be something like, I always fail, or nobody likes me. Third, you create a compassionate response. Instead of repeating the harsh thought, you might say, this was disappointing, but one moment does not define me. Or, I feel hurt right now and I can still respond calmly. Finally, you choose a new action, such as asking for help, trying again, or taking 1 constructive next step. This slide is especially important because it turns self-compassion into a repeatable skill. Earlier in the module, we learned what supportive self-talk sounds like. Here, students learn how to catch negative patterns and replace them with more balanced and encouraging responses. This slide presents the Kindness Challenge Calendar. It is a printable 30-day calendar filled with simple daily ideas, such as smiling at someone, thanking a family member, helping a classmate, writing a note of appreciation, picking up litter, encouraging a teammate, or listening without interrupting. What makes this resource useful is its simplicity. Kindness does not always need to be big or dramatic. Often, small actions are the most realistic and the most powerful because they can be repeated regularly. Over time, these small choices shape habits, relationships, and the atmosphere around you. This resource also expands the module in an important way. The self-talk tracker focuses on your inner voice. The Kindness Challenge Calendar helps that healthier inner state flow outward into your behavior. When you practice kindness consistently, you strengthen empathy, connection, and emotional balance. Next is the infographic called Your Inner Coach. It shows a clear sequence: challenge, self-talk, emotion, action, and growth. This sequence helps you understand how your thoughts influence what happens next. When a challenge appears, your self-talk shapes your emotional response. Your emotions then influence your actions. And your actions, repeated over time, lead to growth or difficulty. This means the voice inside your mind matters a great deal. If your self-talk is harsh and hopeless, your emotions may become heavier and your actions may become avoidant or discouraged. But if your self-talk is supportive and realistic, you are more likely to feel steady and take constructive action. The infographic also includes examples of supportive self-talk, which can help students replace criticism with coaching. This visual summary connects strongly with the self-talk tracker from the previous slide. The tracker helps you practice the process, and this infographic helps you remember the bigger pattern. This slide introduces the bonus PDF, 25 Ways to Practice Kindness Every Day. The ideas are organized into categories such as kindness toward yourself, family, friends, school, the environment, and strangers. This is helpful because it shows that kindness is not limited to one setting. It can be part of many areas of life. It is also important that the ideas are simple, practical, and achievable for teenagers. Kindness should feel possible. When a practice feels realistic, you are more likely to use it. This resource gives you many options, so you can choose actions that fit your personality, schedule, and daily environment. This bonus PDF builds naturally on the Kindness Challenge calendar. The calendar gives you a guided daily structure, while this PDF gives you more variety and freedom. Together, they help make kindness a regular part of life rather than an occasional idea. Now we arrive at the module summary. By the end of Module 7, you should understand that the way you speak to yourself influences your confidence, resilience, and motivation. Your inner voice matters. It can either support your growth or weaken it. You have learned that self-compassion means treating yourself with the same understanding and encouragement you would offer a good friend. You have also learned that gratitude helps train the brain to notice positive experiences without ignoring real challenges. In addition, small acts of kindness can strengthen relationships, improve emotional well-being, and create positive ripple effects in everyday life. The module also introduced loving kindness meditation, which helps develop empathy, emotional balance, and a stronger sense of connection with others. Altogether, this module is not only about managing stress or controlling thoughts. It is about building a healthier relationship with yourself and with the people around you. That is the deeper purpose of this lesson. A balanced inner voice can help you through both success and setbacks. These are lifelong tools for resilience, emotional well-being, and positive relationships. As you continue in this course, carry these practices forward. Speak to yourself with care, notice what is good, and choose kindness in small daily ways.